You guys did fairly well getting started on that translating your sentences, and you were annoyed at some of the things I made you do, but I'll show you why it's important today. Here's my statement I'm going to make. Do I know that you could type this into Google and it'll give you the answer? Yeah, I know that. Okay, and if that's what you're going to do, you're going to type this into Google so you can get 100% on an online assignment that's worth 5 points, you go for it. But guess what? On Friday, on your quiz that you have no clue how to do, that's going to bite you hard, right? So don't cheat. Don't cheat. Typing it into Google to get a 5-point homework assignment done is not doing you any good. Ask for help. Ask me questions. Get your notes out. Don't be lazy. Please. I know you can do it. I'm not an idiot. But on Friday, it's going to show up real easy. When I have people that have hundreds the entire time, then all of a sudden they get an F on their review or on their quiz, I'm going to know real fast. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. All right, first one. Translate the sentence into an equation. Use the variable y for the unknown number. You guys on your own, this is just like yesterday. Write for me in an equation the sum of 2 times a number and 5 is 4. Translate the sum of 2 times a number and 5 is 4. Who wants to tell me what they have? Gage. Grady. I apologize for calling you the wrong name. Thank you for correcting me. Agree or disagree with him? Agree. Agree. Nicely done. Sum means you're going to add. And when your sentence starts with sum, look for the word and. That tells you where that plus sign's going to go. 2 times a number gives you your 2y. And then don't forget the word is means equals. Awesome job. Okay. Today we're going to step this up though. Translate this sentence into an equation. Use the variable w for the unknown. Twice the difference of a number and 9 is 3. Twice the difference of a number and 9 is 3. What does twice mean? Multiply by specifically 2, right? So we're going to have to take something times 2. What does the word difference mean? Subtraction. Now, again, we're looking for that word and tells us where to put that subtraction. Twice the difference of a number and 9 is 3. What should I write down for what we have so far? Don't even go backwards. Go straight down from what you have. What do you want me to start with? A 2? 2w? Like that? No? Yes? No? Yes? Okay, do we have the difference of a number and 9? What part of what we just wrote means the difference of a number and 9? You have it. What part of what we just wrote down means different? Your subtraction, your w minus 9, yes? Now, I want to take that answer times 2. Now, right now, order of operations tells us first to multiply, second to subtract. I don't want that, though. I need to subtract before I multiply. What do I need? Parentheses. We have to have parentheses in this problem. When you have the phrase, twice the sum, twice the difference, blank times the sum, or blank times the difference, that means that I want to take 2 times, or whatever number they're talking about, times the answer of the addition or times the answer of subtraction. Well, order of operations, we don't normally add or subtract. So if you see any of those phrases, an alarm better go off. You need to have parentheses. If you have any of those phrases, you have to have parentheses. Twice the sum, twice the difference, or 7 times the sum, 7 times the difference, whatever the case is. You have to have parentheses. Excuse me. So if you want to say the new piece of today is sometimes you're going to have parentheses, sometimes you're not, and you have to be able to identify each of those situations. Okay? All right. Sometimes we have problems with 2 things we don't know, yet these 2 unknowns are related. We must find the connection between the 2 in order to write the correct equation. Bill and Joe go out for lunch and spend $19 total. Bill's lunch costs $3 more than Joe's. How much was Joe's lunch? Yesterday, you guys got so annoyed at me when I would make you write like books plus magazine equals $55.99. Today, if you don't write that, I can almost guarantee you will get these problems wrong. Like a 99% that you will get these wrong. And people this morning are like, I'm going to prove her wrong. Well, guess what, guys? This is year 8 of me doing this. I promise you I'm not leading you astray. There's a certain way to do this to guarantee that you're going to get it right. Okay? So in this, I'm going to take just this first sentence. Bill and Joe go out for lunch and spend $19 total. The word total. What math operation does the word total mean? And don't tell me equals. Add, subtract, multiply, or divide. The word total. Add. So when I add the cost of Bill's lunch to the cost of Joe's lunch, I'm spending $19. So Bill's lunch plus Joe's lunch is going to equal $19. Now, what you wrote right here are the unknown pieces. I don't know what Bill's lunch was, and I don't know what Joe's lunch was. So I'm going to write those off to the side, because we're going to need to represent these through variables and expressions. So this goes on to say, whoopsie, sorry. Bill's lunch costs $3 more than Joe's. Do we know how much Joe's lunch was? Nowhere does it tell us how much Joe's lunch was. It's kind of like our unknown, right? So Joe is going to be the X, our unknown. So if we're going to represent Joe's lunch with X, how could I represent 3 more than Joe's? I'm not going to let Grady answer because he's given me 2 really good answers so far. Cole? What's plus 3? Because if you just write plus 3, that means Bill's lunch is $3. Bill's lunch is 3 more than Joe's. How do I represent the phrase 3 more than Joe's? Becca? X plus 3. What does X represent again? Joe. So take Joe's lunch and add 3 more to it. Is that what Bill's is? 100%. Notice each one of these has a variable. They are all based off of Joe. I don't know Joe and I don't know Bill, but they're based off of one another. Now we use this information to plug into our equation. What did we just say Bill's lunch was? Nope. What did we just say Bill's lunch was? X plus 3 plus, what did we say Joe's lunch was? X equals 19. Now you've written the equation. The first thing we have to do here is combine like terms. Technically, there's a 1 in front of both of these x's. Think of x's like apples. 1 apple plus 1 apple really gives me 2 apples. But don't lose your plus 3. So 2x plus 3 equals 19. Now what should I do? subtract 3, 2x equals 16. Then I should divide by 2. X is 8. Now remind me, what did X stand for in this problem? Joe. Go back and look at the question. What did they want us to answer? How much was Joe's lunch? $8. Joe's lunch was $8. How much was Bill's lunch? 11. Very good. 8 plus 3 is 11. I'm going to tell you, people are like, I don't need to write that. And then they're like, Ms. Huff, I don't know why I got this problem wrong. Take the 10 seconds, because it will save you from having to redo the problem. Okay? Let's try it again. Flip it over. Now we're going to the school play. A total of 297 tickets were sold for the school play. They were either adult tickets or student tickets. The number of student tickets sold was 2 times the number of adult tickets sold. How many adult tickets were sold? I'm going to highlight these first 2 sentences. Somebody who has not answered for me, help me write my equation like in the word part. Like on the last one where we said Bill's lunch plus Joe's lunch equals 19. Or the other day when we said books plus magazine equals $55.99. Based off of a total of 297 tickets were sold to the school play, and they were either adult tickets or student tickets, how could I write a quick little equation to represent this? With words more than numbers. I want that little annoying equation that you guys hate that we have to write. Zach, what do you think?
I'm thinking adult tickets plus student
Equals?
Equal like total.
Perfect. I love it. Adult tickets plus student tickets. In this case, how many total tickets sold? Equals 297. Nicely done. Very good work. Now, after we write that, that tells us what we're going to have to write off to the side. We know we're going to have to figure out the adult tickets, or how to represent the adult tickets, and how to represent the student tickets. So then we go back to reading our problem. The number of student tickets was 2 times the number of adult tickets. If we're going to figure out student tickets, I need 2 times adult. Well, how many adult tickets were there? Do we know? No. So this, in order for me to figure out student tickets, I have to know adult tickets first. Guess what adult tickets is? X. Adult tickets is just X, because I don't know what it is. Now, student tickets is 2 times adult tickets. So what's student tickets? 2X. 2 times the adult tickets. So then we go back to what Zach wrote for us and replace it. What are we going to replace adult tickets with? X plus, what are we going to replace student tickets with? 2X equals 297. Now, technically in front of that X, there's a 1. Listen closely to what I'm going to tell you. It's like apples. 1 apple plus 2 apples really gives me 3 apples, or 3X equals 297. Then I should divide by 3. X equals 99. Remind me what we said X stood for. X stood for adult tickets. Go back to the problem. What did they ask you? How many adult tickets? You would say 99 adult tickets. 99 adult tickets. This initial words / equation and the piece off to the side are so crucial to making sure you have the equation started. I know that if I gave you this equation, you guys can solve it, right? Like, that's not the difficult part of today. It's getting the initial setup correct. All right, we're going to step our game up. Amanda, Pablo, and Bob have a total of $83 in their wallets. Bob has 2 times what Amanda has. Pablo has 9 less than Amanda. How much does each person have? Take sentence number 1. Somebody who has not answered for me. Tell me how I could write a quick equation with the fact that Amanda, Pablo, and Bob have a total of $83 in their wallet. Davion.
Alright, so I think, I don't know if I'm right, but you're right. Amanda's money, Pablo's money, Bob's money. And then, I don't know what else to do.
Okay? What are you going to do to those amounts? Add them together. And what's it equal? 83. Total tells you you're adding some things together. So because we wrote those 3 down, that's what has to go off on the side. I don't know about Amanda yet. I don't know about Pablo yet. And I don't know about Bob. But I know I have to figure them out. Go to the sentence with Bob. Bob has 2 times what Amanda has. Do we know what Amanda has yet? Okay. Pablo has 9 less than Amanda. Do we know what Amanda has? But notice, Bob and Pablo depend on Amanda. Guess what Amanda is? X. Amanda is X. Okay. Bob has 2 times what Amanda has. What does Bob have? 2X. Pablo has 9 less than Amanda. Aiden? Minus 9X. That would be negative 9 times what Amanda has. If you put negative 9 next to X, that means you're multiplying. 9 less than X. Cool? Why did you put X first? It says 9 less than Amanda. Is he right? He is. Because of the phrase less than. Less than, we absolutely have to swap the order. So we replace. Amanda gets replaced with X plus. Pablo gets replaced with X minus 9. Bob gets replaced with 2X equals 83. Now, think before you shout on here. Think before you shout. Remember, there's really 1s in front of those X's. I have a 1X, a 1X, and a 2X. How many X's do I actually have? 4X, but don't forget, minus 9. Then, add 9 to both sides. 4X equals 92. Then, what's next? Divide by 4. X equals 23. What did X stand for? Amanda. What does this problem ask us? How much does each person have? Well, we already know who. Amanda. We already know Amanda because Amanda is just X. So Amanda has $23. How am I going to figure out Pablo or Bob? Aiden? Very good. And what is our unknown there? 23, right? 2 times 23 would give me 46. So Bob has $46. How am I going to figure out Pablo? 23 minus 9 is 14. So Pablo has $14. Question. How could I ever double check myself on this? Add them up. What should you get? 83. Somebody check it for me. If you add those up, do you get 83? Yes? Yes. I'm going to tell you right now, 99.9% of people, when they skip this step, get the problem wrong. So take the 10 seconds in the beginning. I'm not even going to say the extra time because it's not really extra. You don't have to redo it. I printed a ton more papers with the grids on it, the boxes on there. Now, realistically, one problem like this is probably not going to fit in just one single box, right? And that's okay. All right. If you need help, please ask. Don't sit and spin your tires. That's what I'm here for. Ask, ask, ask. Stay focused. Don't disrupt those around you. Go to work.